There we are. Welcome, everybody. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
My name
Hi.
is Hyde, and this is my wife, Shelly, and we are proud to bring you another conversation with a successful digital business owner. Tonight, we are going to be talking with Matthesa Gregg from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Hmm.
And we're going to just pick your brain a little bit there, Missy, and we're going to ask
Alrighty.
questions. Yeah. So why don't you start off by sharing with our viewers about yourself, where you're coming from, what your background is, all of that good stuff.
Sure. So, like Hyde said, my name is Matthesa. I'm born and raised in Toronto, and my parents are from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines is a small island in the Caribbean. I always say it's close to Barbados and close to Trinidad. And people go, "Oh yeah, I know where it is."
Yeah.
So I work full time. I'm a university administrator, and I have three kids in total between my husband and I. So I actually have a stepdaughter who's 21, and I have an 8-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son. And I like to say, so I work at the university, and I never left. I, growing up, I loved school. I loved books. Um, was a book nerd. In high school, I was a band geek. I played trombone. I've played piano. I used to sing. So that's my background prior to this business. And actually, my husband and I, we do own a small takeout restaurant, and we started that about 4 years ago. And my husband actually migrated from Jamaica, and when I met him, he was living in Bermuda. And so actually, him starting that business, well, both of us really, it really ignited something in me. I say I caught the business bug because I realized that I like the fact that you can make money from your own endeavors and from your own efforts. And that really, really intrigued me. And so, prior to this business and prior to COVID, I remember distinctively saying to my husband, it was like spring or something of 2019. I said, you know, I wish I was one of those people who can take my laptop, go to the cafe on a Sunday, and click, click, click my way to making some money. I gotta be one of those people one day. And he's like, okay, sounds good. And so I started to my mind was opened to different possibilities. And then I came across this online business, and I will never forget the first time I came across this business and I watched the webinar. And something clicked, like there's something special about this business. There's something about it. And from that point on, I oh, hi Aline. From
Yeah.
that point on, I have been doing the business. Yeah. So that's about me.
Nice.
Now, and how long ago was it that you found this, Matthesa?
So I came across this the very first time about a little bit over 2 years ago. Yeah. And then I really got going in the business about 2 years now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so you said that there was something special about it.
Yeah.
Um, what what would you say now that you're doing the business and you've been inside the community? What
Hmm.
made it special?
You know what? You know what made it special to me at that time was that I was seeing all demographics being represented. I was seeing people who were older than me, younger than me, different people from different nationalities, different religions. And I said, wow, like these are real people. These are real people doing a business. And it looks like everyday people just like myself. And I think also too, hearing like the testimonials,
Mm-hmm.
hearing the stories of people as to how they came across this business, what they were going through. And I said, man, they sound a lot like me. They sound like me. Like, yeah, they're kind of pulling at my heartstrings a little bit because I'm experiencing that same kind of quote unquote pain, if you want to say that, quote unquote struggle.
Mhm.
And because they were echoing to me that struggle and that pain, and then they found something that was a solution for them, I said, if it's a solution for them, it could be a solution for me as well. And
Yeah.
that's what made it special. Yeah.
Great. Now, I don't know if you brought a lot of technical skill to the business because I know I didn't. So, how did you find that? Tell us about that part of this business because a lot of people watching are going, "Well, that's all great for you, but I don't know anything about an online business or how to do it." So, how does this community make that easy for the average person?
You know what? Really, I always say the average person already has a lot of the skills already. And why that is because one, so many of us are using a smartphone. So many of us are using a laptop or a computer in some capacity, in some manner. And just by that, that alone is giving you some of the skills. Now, of course, I didn't know a lot. I didn't know a lot, but because I had the training in place, there's a very comprehensive training, and I had a mentor, I had a coach, that really helped me pick up my skills. I was not a technical person. Um, I mean, sure, I use my computer for work, but aside from that, beyond that, no. I, I wouldn't say I'm a technical person, but now when I think about what I'm doing, I'm like, oh wow, yeah, that's cool. I've gained some skills.
Yeah.
And I've always said that starting this business was like starting a new career. Stepping into a new career, developing new skills, having to go through training, becoming a different part of yourself. And it was very exciting for me, very much so. So that is what I believe brought up my technical skills. Yeah, but I didn't really have much.
Yeah, yeah, and same here. We always tell people in our webinars that, you don't need experience and you don't need technical skills and but you do learn a lot. Our training, not only has it helped us be so successful with this particular business and platform, but the skills you learn are just so amazing and really could apply to anything you're doing in your life
Yeah.
because the training just covers everything about, social media marketing and
Mhm.
it's all step by step video training, self-guided. So yeah, I felt the same way as you. That training really made it easy for somebody like me. But what I really loved was the fact that I didn't have to build my website or build my online system.
Oh yeah.
Our technical team did that all for me. Everything was done. All my software was set up, my
Mhm.
automated emails, my sales funnel, my website, everything was done and handed to me, branded specifically for us. And that was why we could just jump in and do this,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, it's
And
kind of,
yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say I didn't know a stitch about sales funnels. Never heard of the term. I never heard of what someone said. Oh, sales funnel. I'm like, sales funnel. What's that? Like, I don't know. Branding, maybe a little bit. But like you said, we have a whole tech team working in the background for us. That
Yeah.
I mean, really, I mean, we have people working, helping us in our business that we could not have imagined doing on our own. It would take a lot longer, and we'd probably be pulling our hair out, really.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's really really true. As far as the community, I think a lot of people are afraid that it's going to be the sort of thing where, oh, okay, so I start this business, that you give me the training and everything, and then you're gone, and I'm on my own. But that's not the case. What has your experience been with the community, Matthesa?
Oh my, I've been blessed to have a wonderful mentor.
Yes, you
So,
do.
yeah, so I was never alone. I have never one day felt alone in this business because not only do I have a helpful mentor, but I also have people who you can always reach out to someone if you have a question. You're never alone, and the point is that you have a lot of people who have walk the path before you have, right? There are people who have gained so much success, and they can impart knowledge, information, wisdom that you can apply for your own business. So I've never felt alone,
Mhm.
really. So that is really a big blessing.
Now, you and your husband are busy. I mean, you have a full-time job. Your husband is
Yeah,
running your takeout business. You've got the
yeah,
children.
yeah.
Um, how much time does this business take for you in a week? How do you work it into your life, and how much time do you spend building?
You know what? Actually, what I've been doing recently is just blocking off increments of time. So on an average day, like a weekday, probably a couple of hours, one
Mhm.
to 2 hours. The weekend I can give more time. Um, Maybe on a Sunday, maybe 3 to 4, maybe sometimes less, but on average, 1 to 2 hours a day. And people say, oh, well, where am I getting the time? Well, guess what? Have you taken an audit of your day?
Right?
Really? Like, take an audit of your day and say, you might be horrified if you really think about, oh my gosh, I spent like half an hour just like, I don't know, looking at myself in the mirror, like something silly like that. We have time. We have the time. You just have to carve it out and be intentional about carving it out. So, for example, like half an hour. So I'm working from home. I'm with my job, and when the kids are gone, my husband takes them to school. I have half an hour to work on the business, and
Mhm.
I schedule that in.
Mhm.
Okay, let's post something. All right. Okay. And then maybe they go to sleep. Okay, now from like 8:30 to 9:30 or even to 10, I'm working on the business.
Yeah.
And there's my time, right? Because if I know if I don't put in some time, I'm not going to be able to get the results I'm looking for. But at the same time, it's not loads and loads of time.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
some time each day.
If you if you figure out how much time you spend watching series on Netflix,
Yeah.
I mean, really, you can always carve out time in a day. And I know people go to their jobs and they come home and it's like, okay, this is my time and I'm just going to chill for the evening and watch TV and do whatever. But why would you work 8 or 9 hours for somebody else's dream and then not come home and spend a couple hours on your dream?
I know.
Something that could change your life,
Yeah.
because as long as you're working for somebody else, honestly, most people watching this know, you're going to be working forever, because when do you ever get to the point that you feel like you've put enough away over here that now I could just quit work and draw down from this? And well, how long is it going to last? People want to retire earlier, they want to travel. The big thing for us was wanting cash flow. Even though we would retire, we wanted cash flow because we didn't have that big nest egg to draw on. And this online world is just going to grow and grow and grow. It's where everything is moving, and during the pandemic everything's gone online. I mean, you can even have doctor's appointments and book a bank appointment online. So
Yeah.
as long as you have a computer and your smartphone and a Wi-Fi connection, you literally can take your business anywhere. We take it on
Yeah.
vacation. We've traveled quite extensively in the last 4 years that we've been doing this business.
Mhm.
3 years we've been doing it full time. And I'll spend maybe hour a day on the business, and the rest of the day is off sightseeing and doing the things we want to do. And it never feels like a job. It's just sort of something that works into our life.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
given us back the most important thing that we can't earn more of when it's gone, and that's our time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because,
Absolutely.
yeah, everybody wants more time. I'm sure you want more time with your children and your husband.
Oh yeah, yeah, that is my dream. You
Yeah.
know, um, I always say this, but people who know me, I bring up this guy all the time. But one of my favorite business guys is his name is Myron Golden. And he said, okay, which one do you think is more valuable? If someone said, okay, I'll give you $1 million right now. You're like, oh yeah, sure, I'll get that. But I gotta take your life. So your time is cut. They'll say, oh no. I want my time, I want my life. So we know that time is more valuable than money. And with conventional jobs, we're always trading our time for money.
Yeah.
And people have to kind of get around that. Like, there is another way. There are other ways.
And people are sometimes afraid to try something new, or everybody who works I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people, and those of you watching know it because I was one of them. When you're working that job, you're always looking for that get rich quick. There's got to be something out there that I can just make money right away and not have to spend a lot of time at it. Well, this is not that. This is a business you have to build. But we've just seen such phenomenal businesses built. We have thousands, tens of thousands of entrepreneurs using our system. And our system's been around for 5 years. And we've seen millionaires come out of that in 5 years, people who have worked really hard and built that business. And then I get people that start a business and, when they're not earning the kind of money they want in a year, they go, I don't know if this works. Yet they will work 35 years for the same employer, sacrifice their life, take their 2 or 3 weeks vacation a year, retire. If they get that far, if they don't lay them off before they get to their retirement package, maybe get a gold watch and a small pension from the government, and they're okay with that. But they don't want to put in the time and energy, the extra 5 or 10 hours a week to build some kind of a business over time, 4 or 5 years that could literally transform their life. And I always find that really amazing.
It's what we're taught. What can I say? It's what we're taught. Yeah. And what we think is normal. And what is typical? What's the status quo? Yeah.
That's really, really, you said a mouthful, and you think about that. You're right. We were taught, get an education, go to school, get a career, or get a good job. That is, that seems so important. Get a good job and you'll be okay. And yet the world is changing. We have heard from so many corporate people. I did one of our webinars that people can watch by clicking on your website, Matthesa. And there was a lady on there talking about, why she started this business. And she was literally crying. She was a legal secretary in a law firm for 30 years, worked for one lawyer. She was coming up on her retirement where she was going to get this lovely retirement package and severance. And the lawyer she worked for, well, he quit early. He was out. And the rest of the firm found a way to let her go early and get out of paying her any of her severance, any of that, that retirement she'd worked for 30 years was literally stripped away from her. She'd given all that time and they found a way to take it away. And we've seen that again. We have family members. They're almost at the early out or the, time to retire, going to get their big severance and the company lays them off. They find a way to get out of paying you that. And, there's no more guarantees. I don't care who you work for or how secure you think your job is. It's not, because anything is possible these days.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing we know that's not going to go away is the online world. I mean, that's just going to get bigger and bigger and more opportunity.
And, I like to think that with COVID, people are getting more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Right. Because we've been able to keep in touch with our family and our friends, all because of the internet.
Yeah.
Right. So
I think you're right. I think people are becoming more comfortable. And that's why we tell people this is just such an opportune time to jump in because we have such a captive audience. Internet traffic went up 400% when COVID hit and everybody was locked down. Think about that, right? There's just so much opportunity.
I'll tell you. Yeah. I'll tell you something. I mean, I used to watch TV, not so much anymore, but I watch YouTube. YouTube is like the new cable channel, and it's all online.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't even need cable anymore.
I'm sorry?
I said you don't even need cable anymore because you're right.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And, everybody's on their social media. And that's what's so beautiful about what we do is we teach people how to use social media to get their message out and reach out to people. Well, look at everybody all day. Where are they? They're on their phones like this, and they're all on their social media platforms. You really have a captive audience.
I know. It's so true. It's so true.
Yeah, it's just an amazing world. And because of our franchise style business opportunity that people can literally plug into, they get all the training, self-guided, they can do it at their own pace, they can go as fast or slow as they want, build it as big as they want, keep it as a sideline, whatever they want. Because that's all there for people now, it's easy for anybody like you or like us to be able to do this.
It's so true. It
so
is so true. Yeah.
What would you like to say to the people that are watching this that are kind of maybe skeptical or thinking, should I, shouldn't I?
You know what? And I say it all the time, grab yourself your favorite snack, get your favorite beverage, and take that time to watch the webinar. Put your favorite channel, your favorite show, record it. That can wait. Your life can't wait. So hit the sign up for the webinar and watch it, because you really have nothing to lose. You don't know what can be on the other side. You don't know what your life can be like 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So watch the webinar.
Yeah. And what have you got to lose, right?
Nothing to lose.
No. So when you watched the webinar, Matthesa, and you decided to get started in this business, I believe I did your coaching call with you. If I remember, I think I was your coach at the time. How long did it take you from when we had our call and you decided to do your business to actually get it up and running to where you were, actually into the business online and doing what you were taught to do?
Not long at all. I think really, oh my gosh, maybe a couple of weeks. Not long at all. Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned that, Shelly, because I said, okay, I'm going to go on this call and see what's going to be like. But you know what? I felt peace before the call, and I felt it afterwards as well. And then it didn't take me long to get everything set up because of our system, because everything's just ready for you. You just got to plug it in, and you have everything in front of you to get going.
Yeah. Yeah. And you see that we're all just real people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which is real people. Yeah, we do these interviews for that reason. A lot of people are skeptical, and that's okay. I get it. There's a lot coming at people, but when you find out that it's just a bunch of real people, there's that comfort level, and I hear that quite often.
Yeah.
When I do coaching calls. So, we've got a banner scrolling at the bottom of this interview, and it's got your website there, Matthesa. So, if you're watching this, click on that link, enter your name and email. And here's what I love to tell people. Right? You can do this all like kind of covertly. Nobody's Matthesa's not gonna call you and start badgering you or reach out to you or push you. There's none of that. You're gonna just put your name and email in there. You're gonna get a few emails from her. You can watch that webinar at your convenience. Nobody has to know. You literally get to just take your time and decide if it's for you. And if it's for you, then you can reach out to Matthesa and you go from there. But that's what I love about this. There's no pressure. Totally do it at your own pace and when you want to.
Absolutely.
You get to fly on the wall, and people like that.
Yeah.
So in closing, Matthesa, what would you say to everybody watching? You get the last word.
I get the last word. Okay. You know what? Sometimes you're feeling that inner disquiet, like something is stirring in your spirit and your soul for a reason. Don't ignore it. Go with it. Go with that feeling. You will never know what your life can be like in 2 years from now. You never know. And sometimes people feel so stuck in what they're doing, and they don't know there's a whole world of possibility, and not just possibility that, only some people can get it, right? No, this life can actually happen for you as well. What you desire can happen exactly just for you. So you need to follow that struggle, that pain, let that lead you to where you want to be.
Couldn't have said it better.
That's a great way. That's a great way to end, I think. This has been awesome. We really appreciate you taking time out of your busy life.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, this has been great. And I'm sure that everybody that's tuned in live has appreciated your feedback and your comments as well, your insights. You're one of the successful people in our community, and for a very good reason. You are determined. I was going to say, you're a determined lady, and you are a good role model for so many in the community. We appreciate you and all that you do, and we appreciate everybody that's tuned in today and who's watching this as a replay somewhere else on our page. And if you have any questions, please reach out to Matthesa. She's on Facebook, obviously, and you've got her website scrolling right across the bottom there at maddieandjames.com.
I do that again.
Yes, do that again. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. We're grateful for all of you. Have a great morning, a great afternoon, or a great evening, wherever you're at in the world. Take care, everybody.
Thanks again,
Thank you
Matthesa.
so much. This was fun. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.